So were you able to do the nested bundle?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You had any
I was
issues?
able to. No, no. I was able to do.
Okay, so do you have any issues so far in creating something?
No, no. Whatever we have discussed, I was able to make it clearly without any problem because I did it once, but I'm able to do it.
Okay. 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 So before going to the next topic, let's go to codes. Okay. So we discussed a lot about codes, right? One
Yes,
of
ma'am.
the things which you have to retain all the information as well. Did you got a chance to create an Excel and note all the fields?
No, ma'am. I haven't done it.
Try doing that because you will keep on forgetting the fields and what it does. And CPQ is all
Yeah,
about that.
yeah. I'll definitely do it today.
Okay. So we discussed, right? We can add to
Yeah,
favorites. Then there is a
yeah,
clone line where you can do the cloning as well. And then you can also delete the lines. So
yeah.
these
Got
are some of the basics. Just a second. Let
it.
me add. Okay. So we have discussed all that. Okay. Now let's
Yes.
move to next topic. Okay. Were you able to see what is option constraint and how it works?
No, ma'am. Not exactly. I didn't.
Okay. Okay. So basically, constraint are like rules. So we have different product options, right? So we want
Yeah.
that if option A is there selected, B should be eligible to be get selected. I will show you. And if option A is selected, B should not get selected. Something like these kind of options we get. Let me show you once again. Hmm, international calling plan. I guess it's this one. Okay, let me go to a product and show you. You will get it.
Is it a real time scenario? What you're going to do? Show me. I mean to say, if an A option is there.
Yeah, I will show you so you will get an idea. Just a moment.
Okay.
So we have option constraint. We will see how exactly we make it work. But before that, we are saying, let me open that. So we are saying that when what is the one? Let me see this. Okay, so when we select international calling, that time the T-Mobile data plan should get selected. Okay, that's what we want to do. Let's see how that works. Okay, so and we will then understand how we have to set up. So let me go to quotes, edit lines, add products. So basically, when we are talking about option constants, right, it works
Yeah.
for bundled product. So here
Okay.
we are talking about phone plan. In the configured
Mm-hmm.
SKU, we are talking about the phone plan. We don't have to worry. See,
Yeah.
go to phone plan and see if you go to the related, it is having option constraint because it is coming under
Okay.
this. So let me select the phone plan first, and then we can understand how exactly it works. So we are selecting phone plan.
Mm-hmm.
We will click on reconfigure line, and we are
Mm-hmm.
saying, see this data plan is not selected. It's grayed out. Okay,
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
being dependent on international calling. Okay,
Okay.
if I click on this, data plan got selected. So this is
Got it.
dependency. Okay,
Oh, got it.
the
Yeah.
next tool which I have created is like they instead of product option names they put number, but what they
Mm-hmm.
want to say is that when international calling is being selected, then the next one, what is the next one? Your
Data protection.
yeah, your device protection, that should get unselected. So see, once we are clicking this device protection, we cannot select.
Okay.
You understand? So what
Yeah.
option constraint does, it has two features. One is dependency, one is exclusion. So one is like,
Okay.
okay, once international calling is selected, other option is selected, it has to be like you can select, otherwise it is grayed out. Okay.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
the second is that international calling is selected, so then you cannot select device protection. So if you
Okay.
think about like McD combo meal, right? If
Yeah.
Coke is selected, then only you are able to select French fries, for example. We have to make that kind of
Yeah.
use case. So we can make dependency. And second is, okay, if Coke is selected, then you cannot select burger. So we can have exclusion. So that's how this optional constraint works. You got an idea,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
Okay, now we will see further, just a minute. So there are some key points. Okay, so that is the basic. OC makes sure that one option, option A, must be selected before another option, that we have seen.
Yeah.
And we can also, we will see that we can also have two options being selected. So for now,
Yeah.
I'm just giving the demo and then we will go deep dive in that. For now, what we saw, that based on international calling, only one option we can select. But what about
Yes.
if I say two options? That is, when we are selecting Coke and French fries, then only burger can be selected. There can be two options, right? So that is
Yeah.
also possible. So let
Mhm.
me show you that. So this I set up in another product bundle, so that there is no confusion. So for example, what we are saying here, let's click on that. The name is data plan enabled with international calling and device protection. What I'm trying to
Mhm.
do is, once we select international calling and device protection, only then data planning has to be enabled. So earlier
Okay.
we were just having that, based on option A, select option B. Now we are saying based on option A and B, select option C or exclude
Yeah.
option C. So in that, because there's only two options to put in, right? So we say,
Mhm.
we put a group. Okay, this is a part of group A,
Okay.
and then we make another one also. We put it as another group, and that's how we make it work. Like, let's see with an example. Okay, let me know if it's going fast. Okay, so we go to family plan, because it is
Mhm.
under that. We select that. Now I'm saying, once international calling is selected and device protection is selected, then only enable phone plan.
Yeah.
So for that we have to use something called group, which comes in option constraint group. Got it?
Okay. Got it.
Now let's go back. So we understood that we can have two options. Uh, uh, then OC. Okay. Now OC only controls whether option can be enabled or disabled, but it doesn't affect quantity. For example, we want that the quantity changes based on selection. That doesn't work. Only, okay, you can select or deselect. Only that happens. Got it?
Okay.
Then OC can only enable or disable option, but they cannot remove, automatically select. This is very important. Hide or show options. For example, you say that once international calling and device protection selected, I want to hide phone plan. That is not possible.
Okay.
You want to give an alert message, error message. That is not possible. Okay, you want to like do like remove, hide, something of those sorts, you cannot do. Then for that we need to go to product rule, which we will be coming to that later. So the only thing
Okay.
it does is that once we select something, it excludes or includes it. But like if we want, oh, alert message should come, an error should come, or it just hides, nothing like that happens with OC. Only the exclusion
Okay.
and dependency it does. Then
Okay.
OC can handle multiple rows with advanced grouping logic. We just saw, right?
Yes.
Then work with bundles but can check past purchases. So there is some option called check prior purchases. So in that, it can also do that. It's not that used often, okay, but just to know
Okay.
that OC works within current product bundle, but they can also check customer past purchases. Like if we say that, okay, international calling, we want to check if it has purchased in the past, if we want to check that,
Yeah.
so that we can
Okay.
also do using this checkbox. It is good to know,
Okay.
but not use that often. Okay.
Okay.
Types of option constraint we just saw. It's dependency and excluded, that we just saw,
Yes.
right? So we are good here.
Yes, ma'am.
Then moving on, now the use case. Now we have almost got the brief. Let's see. Okay, so
Yeah.
let me open the first one. Just a second. Okay, so we have phone plan. Phone plan, we will be going to relate it. We have already having the bundle product, that is we have options and we have the features, right? We are good with this, right? Now
Yeah.
here we have the option of option constraint. Now how exactly it works? Okay, so we are seeing dependency, and what we are wanting to do, that the data plan has to be dependent on international calling. Okay,
Yes.
that once we select international calling, only then it will do. Configure
Okay.
SQ is nothing but the parent object. If you click on new
Yeah.
from the related, it will already pop up. But if someone asks, okay, what configured SQ does, you can tell, okay, this is the parent object on which the like bundle lies. Then
Yes.
constant option, constraining option is the master. Master is like which will trigger the event, like international calling will trigger. So that is the constraining option. And the constraint option
Mm-hmm.
is, so it is written, choose an additional option if constraint option is constraining other option. This is confusing, but the point is here you will be putting the international calling. And how you know which
Okay.
one to put? If you go here, they have the names. So they don't,
Okay.
basically they don't put the name actual names, but they basically PO this kind of thing you have to write. So you have international calling is this. So we, if
We
here you
just
have
need to
to,
copy.
yes,
We'll if we get a search option, or like we have to copy that name.
we have to copy it. See this.
Okay.
If I put P00 like this, let me search for this. PO. Okay, okay. You see, we need to then select
Yeah.
it. Got it right?
Okay. Yeah. Got it.
Okay. What I was saying? Yeah. Okay. And the
Yeah.
same with 08, that it is dependent on data plan. We need to put it. Simple.
Okay.
That is
Yeah. Got it.
dependency. Easy, right?
Yeah. Easy.
Right. The next one is we want to exclude. We have to do the exact same thing. That okay, what we want on the basis of international calling, what we want. This one is
Data plan.
device protection. We,
Device.
device protection has to be excluded.
Okay. Got it.
We have to put exclusion. Simple. Now
Yeah.
just a minute, let me go back. Exactly the same steps I have written. So the option that excludes the dependent option, the option that cannot be selected, you know, based on
Yeah.
option constraining option, we have to select the constraint option. So we are good here. Now the
Yeah.
group which we just checked in demo, now we will understand that. Option
Yeah.
constraint group is used to ensure that multiple conditions must be met before selecting product option enabled. Like we said, right? Based on A and B, C has to be selected. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's combining. Now let's see. So I could have added one more. Just a second. In the products itself, where we are in the phone plan, right? In phone plan itself, I could have added one more option constraint, and we could have done that because we just had only three options, right? And we had already applied two of them here, so it would have
Yeah.
been conflict. So that's the reason I used another bundle. But we can add more constraints as we like, and if there is no conflict, it will be working as expected. Okay. So we will be going to T-Mobile family plan. Again, we will be going to related. It has same options. Okay. So here it will not overlap. See, this one is for another bundle and it will work for that bundle itself. So every
Okay.
product is having, when you go to related, it has its own option constraint. So you don't have to worry that, okay, if you are creating for family plan bundle, even if you are creating the same options like I did in this case, it won't overlap and work for that one, another one. You got it?
Got it.
So here it's simple. Let me open both of them together. You will get it. So my use case was that based on here it's just a second, based on device protection. Sorry, yeah, we are saying data plan enabled with international calling and device protection. So based on device protection and international calling, we want
Mhm.
data plan to be enabled. Okay, so that's what we want.
Okay.
So 004 is what? 004 is device protection. Okay,
Device protection.
so that we put, and the 007 is your phone plan.
Mhm.
Okay, so we have put that. Now we are saying based on this should get selected. If you would have just put this much and put dependency, it would have just worked for one. There's no option
Yeah.
of putting comma separate values that, okay, we want more. So here that's why they say group. Okay, we are grouping it. You can put group A, group B, group C, like that. Okay,
Okay.
now here again you have put that based on 003, that is international calling. um Wait a second, this should get selected, and that's why, because you have put group A for both of them and type is dependency, that's why based on international calling and device protection, this one is getting selected.
Okay.
Understood?
Yeah. How
uh,
to create that?
hmm. How to create it, as in, okay, let me create one for you, just a second. Okay, so you can name anything. For now I'm just putting test. Now for example, you have to copy paste the name. So let me open um, this particular product, option constraint. Okay, so let's say we want that based on phone plan, we want to do device protection. Okay, just assume.
Okay.
Okay, so what you need to do, copy this. Okay, it will show you. Okay, then we have to do device protection. So based on this should get selected. We will be putting this. Here we are saying based on A, this should be get selected. That's why we are saying dependency. If we would have
Dependence.
said based on this should not get selected, we would have put exclusive. Name, anything we
Yes.
want to give the name has to be proper and aligned to it. And then
Yeah.
if we wanted, like, for like a particular group, like we wanted to group it because we wanted that another option should also be there, we will be creating group B. Click on save, and we will be creating another one where we saying, for example, based on international calling and phone plan, device protection has to be selected. So we will be creating another one where we will be putting international calling as 03 here, and then we have this 07, and then we will be putting as a group B, and that's how we will
Yeah.
be able to create. You got it?
Yeah.
You, what confusion you have, tell me.
Right now, we are saying group B,
Hmm.
right? Group B means it has to take two options, right? From two options, it has to select another one to exclude.
Let me do one thing, let me delete this. Okay, let's try
Yeah.
to create.
Yeah.
Let me duplicate because we need the options. Okay,
Okay.
now you give me a situation that based on this and this we want to get this selected. Let's take some example. You have three options for now. Give me a situation that what you want.
I want to choose phone plan, international calling, and data protection, where phone plan has to be dependency.
Okay. So based on international calling device protection, phone plan has to get selected, right? So
Yes.
we will be clicking on new.
Mm-hmm.
Now we are saying, so just so that we remember, based on international calling, sorry, based on international calling and what
Data
is
protection.
data protection, just let me check, device protection, right?
Device protection. Phone plan should be dependent.
Huh. Phone plan to get selected. Okay, so now we are saying 2. Okay, now
Yeah.
so firstly, based on international calling, so what is the number? This is the number. Just copy it,
Yeah.
put it in the constraining option.
Yeah.
Constraint option based on international calling. At the time we can do one. Okay, we want phone
Yeah.
plan to get selected, so we will be putting
Yeah.
this. Here we are saying based on this should get selected, so we are saying
Yeah.
dependency, so we are putting
Yeah.
this. Now if you don't put any group, only this will work,
Okay.
the second
Yeah.
won't work. That's
Yeah.
why we need to put the group, so let's put it as group A. Okay,
Yeah.
now we have created group A. Now let's create another, because we want another, right? So let me clone it so that name and everything is getting copied. Okay, it makes our life a little easier. Let's clone it. Now we are saying based on device protection, phone plan should get selected. So we
Okay.
just,
I got it now.
yeah, okay,
So yeah, yeah. I thought we will be creating a group separately for this.
okay,
Now I get it.
okay. We will just test it that if it is working as expected, and we have
Yeah. Yeah.
seen that. Let's save it. Okay, we will test it. Okay, if name is correct, then it should work. Now we will be just going to this. It should have 2 option constraints. Let's see. Now it is T-Mobile Family Plan Bundle. So we will be going to the code. Let's take previous code or create new one. That's fine. Click on edit lines. This is
Mhm.
the normal process you have to do every time. Okay, when you are
Yeah.
testing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now we are doing family plan. Select family plan. And let's see if it is working as expected, or we will debug. So phone plan is not selected right now, which is good. Once we click on international calling, it's not selecting. Now once we click device protection, it is being selected. Once we
Yeah.
unselect any one of them, it is being grayed out. So it is working
Yeah.
as expected, right?
Yes. 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 I completely understood right now.
Yeah. And in case, just to test, for example, if I put it as group B and save, like change the group, let's see what happens. Then it should not work as expected.
Yeah.
Let's see. See, based on this, it is being selected, and even if we
Yeah.
select this, it is getting selected. So it becomes
Yeah.
exclusive to each other. Okay, but that's not what we
Yeah. Yeah.
want. So we can just put it like this and save. So now we got it right, how it exactly it
Yeah.
works. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that is option constraint for us. Okay,
Yeah.
but the
Yeah.
problem with option constraint is, like I said, that if you want to hide it, that is not a possibility. Like for
Okay.
example, we want that phone plan should get, like, should not show if international calling and device protection is there, or alert message should come, hide it. Those things
Yeah.
cannot happen. Then there is something called product rule where we have to go. But the basics here, option constraint can do this much for you in case you have this kind of use case. Okay,
Got it. Yeah.
just give me one moment.